Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we are going to dive into some really cool camera tech. I'm talking about new tools that are completely changing the game, just tearing down creative walls and letting us capture shots that honestly we used to just dream about. So let's get into it. You've been there, right? We all have. You're out filming something incredible, maybe some fast-moving action, and when you get back to edit, you realize the camera wasn't pointed in quite the right place at quite the right time. So frustrating. But what if that problem just went away? What if you could just capture it all at once? And that, my friends, is where our first piece of awesome tech comes in. I'm talking about the 360-degree drone. These things are designed to make sure you never, ever miss the action again, simply because they are always recording in every single direction. Now, this completely flips the script on how you work. With a 360 drone, your main job isn't to be a perfect camera person while you're flying. Nope. Your job is just to get the drone in the right place. All the real magic happens later, back in the edit, where you can literally point a virtual camera wherever you want. You framed the perfect shot after it's already happened. It's a whole new way of thinking. So what this really gives you is total, complete, creative freedom. You're capturing everything around the drone, which means you can stop worrying about missing that one perfect moment. If you're shooting sports or wildlife or really any event where you don't know what's going to happen next, this is a massive advantage. You fly one time, but you can create a dozen different videos from that one single flight. Okay, let's be real for a minute here. If you fly drones, you know that crashes aren't a question of if, but when. And since the camera is the most important and, let's face it, the most delicate part of the drone, a bad crash could turn your very expensive gear into a very expensive paperweight. And this is just a brilliantly simple fix for a huge problem. Instead of having to replace the whole drone or the entire camera, these new models are designed to be modular. You crack a lens, it's not a disaster. You just use a simple tool, pop it off, attach a new one, and you're right back in the air. It makes the whole thing so much more approachable and way less risky for creators. So, we've kind of solved the problem of missing the action. But what about getting those truly unique, jaw-dropping shots? The ones that make people stop and say, wait, how on earth did they film that? Well, for that, we need a completely different kind of tool. We need to talk about the probe lens. You know, a normal macro lens is awesome for getting super close to something small, but it also separates your subject from everything around it. A wide-angle probe lens, on the other hand, well, it changes the entire game. It gets you just as close, but its super wide view captures the whole world around your subject. You get this immersive, bug's-eye view that's just impossible to get any other way. And the creative options here are just wild. A lot of these lenses are waterproof, so you can literally plunge them into a glass of soda or film out in the pouring rain. The super long, thin barrel lets you slide the camera through tiny little gaps, inside a miniature model or right across a dinner plate. And with a rotating tip and attachments for different angles, you can basically put a camera anywhere you can dream up. Of course, this kind of specialized gear, it comes with a price tag. Starting at around $3,500, these are definitely professional level tools. But hey, for commercial filmmakers or anyone who needs that one shot that nobody else can get, they are absolutely worth it. Now, these individual gadgets are amazing, for sure, but they're all part of a much bigger story. The whole camera industry is in this constant race to do better, to build tools that are faster, lighter, and just plain more powerful for all of us creators. Just look at fast zoom lenses. Back in 2018, Canon dropped a zoom lens with a constant f2 aperture. Now, all that means is it lets in a ton of light, which is amazing for shooting when it's dark and for getting that beautiful, blurry background look. But it was also huge and heavy. Today, other companies are making smaller, lighter versions. And the next big thing? People are whispering about a zoom lens with an absolutely mind-blowing 1.4 aperture, even better in the dark. It's this competition that pushes the tech forward for everyone. And this quote from a creator really just says it all, doesn't it? The demand is always the same. Give us all that incredible power, but make it smaller, make it lighter, give us better quality, but make it easier to actually go out and use. It's that feedback loop that really drives all the innovation we're seeing. So what does all this mean for you? For the person actually out there making stuff? Well, it means your toolkit, the things you can use to tell your stories, is getting bigger and way more powerful every single day. So what it really all boils down to is this. The barriers between the idea in your head and the video you create are just disappearing. A 360 drone lets you focus on flying, not camera work. A probe lens lets you put the viewer's eye literally anywhere. That impossible shot you've been dreaming of, it's quickly becoming a thing of the past. And that really is the ultimate question, isn't it? As the technology gets rid of the limitations, the only thing left is your own creativity. With tools like these out there, the possibilities are just endless. So, what story are you going to tell?